Welcome everyone to this deep dive into efficiently navigating the Singapore HDB resale market. No drowning in unnecessary details, just clear insights and practical steps.
Absolutely, it's all about cutting through the clutter, right?
Exactly, and so we're breaking down the key stages, from planning and sourcing the right flat, through the resale application, up until that exciting moment of handover at completion.
Yep. So let's start with the planning part. Sellers need to register their intent to sell and then endure a 7-day cooling-off period, while buyers kick things off by securing their HDB flat eligibility, or HFE, letter.
Right, and just think about it, like, it's the passport for your resale journey, only valid for 9 months. Timing here is absolutely key.
And once a price is settled, yes, the seller grants an option to purchase, or OTP. This gives the buyer 21 calendar days to decide if they want to move forward.
Yup, exactly. And a critical detail to remember. Sellers must ensure their HFE letter remains valid until they submit the resale application. If it lapses, it can really throw a wrench in the works.
Moving on, we have the paper-heavy phase that follows. Both parties fill out the necessary paperwork online via the HDB resale system. We're talking documents like the OTP and even divorce papers, power of attorney, or death certificates in certain cases.
Yep, and not to forget the administrative fees, ranging from $40 to $80 depending on the flat size. It might seem minor, but every detail counts.
Details matter. The entire application phase, by the way, takes roughly 28 working days for HDB to give the green light. After that, there's an inspection for unauthorized alterations and window safety.
Exactly. And then the seller endorses those documents, pays the fees, and gets that resale approval letter. And then comes the big moment. Resale completion. Both buyer and seller, often with their lawyers, attend the final appointment to get the keys.
It's a finely choreographed dance, isn't it? Each step builds on the previous one.
It really is. And there's much for sellers to manage here, like fixing any problematic renovations, halting GRO payments, and ensuring all dues like property tax and service charges are up to date.
Right. And if the seller needs a bit more time, they can even get a temporary extension of stay for up to 3 months post-completion, provided they've already secured another property. That's a neat option, I think.
Totally neat, though. I might challenge that a bit. Sometimes sellers might rely too heavily on extensions instead of prepping everything properly. Yet, it's a helpful cushion
I see your
when
point.
needed.
Now let's flip it to the buyer's perspective. When you're on the buyer side, the first order of business is getting that HFE check online, followed by a formal HFE application, which gathers all information for every applicant and occupier.
Right. And then comes valuation, typically needed if you're planning on using CPF funds or a housing loan. Though if you're paying in cash and have a CPF housing grant, you might dodge that formal valuation process.
Interesting nuance. And after the OTP is exercised and signed with the option fee capped at $5,000, the buyer must act fast in submitting the resale application, ideally within 15 days. It can be stretched to 75 days if you need some breathing room to prevent your valuation from expiring.
Right on point, and at completion, buyers need to conduct a final inspection, sort out the balance purchase price via a cashier's order, reimburse the seller for property tax, and provide fire insurance details.
Now, let's get into something really fresh. The new HDB Resale Flat Listing Service, or RFL, which launched in 2024.
Oh yeah, it's like the digital upgrade in this whole process. The RFL is integrated into the main HDB flat portal, streamlining the process and making the market more efficient and stable.
Absolutely. Key features include verified listings, price alerts if a flat is listed above 10% of recent prices, and even the ability for buyers with a valid HFE letter to book viewings directly on the portal.
That's a game changer, although I'd say established platforms like 99.co still bring value with their user-friendly design, amazing digital marketing tools, and wide listings coverage.
Both have their merits. Definitely, especially in complex cases like divorce sales or contra deals, where experienced agents provide that nuanced guidance.
Now, speaking of nuanced guidance, let's talk negotiation tips. A Reddit thread provided some very practical advice. Starting your offer based on past transactions, adjusting for the floor level and individual flat condition, and always being sincere without being overly difficult.
Yep, that's some clear common sense. And then we have the Dollar Mortgage Guide weighing in. Do your homework, communicate clearly, and if, for instance, an official valuation comes in lower than the asking price, then use that as leverage during negotiations.
Exactly. It's like planning for negotiation is not just about the price tag, it's about evaluating the property as a whole, considering renovation and cost factors, and factoring in ongoing expenses like service charges.
Financial planning indeed is crucial. And with all that in mind, there are financial options to consider too. Bridging loans, refinancing, even joint loans can play a role. Plus, don't forget the HDB grants like the EHG, PHG, and the family grant that can really cushion your finances.
Right. Comprehending documents is also key. Buyers and sellers need to fully understand documentation like the OTP, the sale and purchase agreement, and the completion documents. Early solicitor involvement here can truly save you from potential pitfalls.
Absolutely. And not forgetting the role of property agents, they're not about to vanish entirely, even with the HDB portal's advancements, especially in complex, unique circumstances.
Exactly. Now, before wrapping up, let's highlight an amazing offer. A free customized solution for anyone looking to navigate the HDB resale market. Tailored for both sellers
That sounds
and buyers.
promising. For sellers, it includes market analysis to determine competitive pricing, listing optimization to showcase the flat's unique features, buyer qualification to filter out the serious ones, and negotiation support to secure the best deal.
And for buyers, it's about eligibility assessment, property matching to your budget and lifestyle, detailed financial planning including loan options, and legal guidance to navigate those tricky documents.
Totally comprehensive. To access this personalized guidance, just visit doupmsingaporeproperty.com and fill out a simple form. It connects you with experts who can walk you through every step, ensuring you're fully equipped to handle the resale market.
Seriously, knowing the process thoroughly, from that initial HFE check, the OTP exercise, the application process, and all the way to renovation fixes, tax settlements, and final key handovers, empowers you to make informed decisions.
Right, knowledge is definitely power. It's like having a detailed blueprint for a complex construction project. You need every measurement and every check in place to avoid missteps.
Exactly. So, whether you're a seller looking to maximize your property's value or a buyer ready to dive into the market with solid backing, this in-depth guide provides you with a clear, actionable roadmap.
Indeed. And while there's always room for personal nuance and even a few unforeseen challenges, staying informed is the best way to keep things on track.
Right? And if you ever feel overwhelmed, remember this guide. The new HDB portal's features and even community insights like those from Reddit can be real lifesavers.
Yep, absolutely. Well, that wraps up our deep dive. Thanks to all the detailed walkthroughs, comprehensive guides, and real-world negotiation tips, navigating the HDB resale market no longer needs to be a mystery.
Couldn't agree more. Wishing everyone smooth sailing in your property journey, knowledge truly is your best tool for success. Goodbye and good luck, everyone.